Hello everyone, and welcome to a World of Tanks video with me, Master Metopoulos. So today I've got a game on Cliff, and I'll be driving the Sherman Jumbo, one of the variants of the M4 that was built during the Second World War, which has a considerable armour upgrade from the M4, which doesn't have the thickest armour in the world. So yeah, let's get this show on the road. So I start by knocking over that structure that has always been in the cap circle ever since I started playing this game. Not really sure why it's there, honestly. However, it does provide any enemy tanks in the cap circle with some nice cover, and until the update that allowed you to fire through it and not have the shot eaten by the structure, it means that it's become less a priority to knock it down. However, it's force of habit now that I just do it anyway. So I'm coming onto the peninsula now, and in these areas where there's some nice kill zones, and I just stop here momentarily just because I had a sneaky suspicion that I thought someone would be waiting there, waiting for me to come round, but they're not. So I head up over to the far end of this peninsula, and I see that KV-1, and I stop and decide, you know what, I'm going to go face to face or toe to toe with him, which yeah, it could be quite risky in any other tank unless it has the armour. However, this does, and my confidence shows here because I try this very, very ambitious shot, which has predictable consequences. So I roll up to this rock outcrop ahead and start facing off the KV-1. Initially I start rocking backwards and forwards to try and encourage this KV-1 to fire and miss, and he does. And I come round and just fire a shot straight into his hull and then retreat straight back. And then I go to try again, and yes, I don't know what I was thinking there, but that next shot sure made up for it. 110 damage, nice. So then I move back, start side scraping and hit him again, then move back and fire another shot which doesn't penetrate him. And this 88 just steams round, well, when I say steam, I mean crawls round the corner as it's such a slow machine. That last shot there, don't ask me why I fired it. I just thought, hey, you know what, I'm going to fire it. So anyway, me and this 88 move out of this kind of like small little valley, I suppose, and we spot ourselves the enemy Sherman Jumbo, and I stop here suddenly to see this Skoda. And well, I was going to take a shot, but the aiming time doesn't permit us. I just wasn't confident enough that that was going to be a hit. And then this Jumbo starts aiming at me, and this is where I find out he has a howitzer. So I lose my engine. Well, I don't lose my engine. My engine is damaged, and as are my tracks. And then I fix the engine. It was just so slow. I couldn't bear it. So then I go to peek over this corner and then realise, hang on, he's got a howitzer. But luckily he hits the outcrop instead. So then I go over and start opening up on him. I aim for his cupola, however it is so low profile that it's not the easiest thing to hit, so I don't have much success with that. And I move forwards again, and this time my tracks are knocked off. And then the Sherman Jumbo just moves his hull a bit too much, so I'm able to start getting penetrating hits to the side, and I get the killing blow. 5 damage, though it's not great. So in those 2 engagements, I know I did things wrong and it could be better. However, I don't claim to be the best World of Tanks player in the world. In fact, I know I'm not. However, if you do have any suggestions that I could of how I could improve my gameplay, please feel free to put them down in the comments below. So I'm moving up now towards the cap zone. I was going to see if I could hit that griller when it was alive earlier on, but I didn't have line of sight and I was just a bit too slow to get there. So I go straight through the cap zone and see if I can't spot anything in the middle, and that's when I see the KV2 and think, let's start doing some sniping. However, that first shot kind of sets the tone for this section of gameplay, as every shot I fire doesn't hit that KV2. Well, actually, there may be a surprise later on in that case. So I roll forward to see if I can't get a better shot, and also to close the distance so that, well, I have more chance of hitting him. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to go up onto these rail tracks, but no worry. This gun does have some nice gun depression, so I'm able to use this position and still get some shots. And there's the KV2 again. And actually, there you go. I do get a penetrating hit. However, yeah, I go back to my usual ways and completely miss that shot again. And then these three friendly tanks in front just descend on this KV2 as he goes down into that valley, and they start opening up on him, and he dies. So that's the end of the game. Thank you all very much for watching. Please comment, rate and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon.